Hello everyone. Today we are here with the first chapter of grade 10, A Letter to God, written by G.L. Fuentes. This chapter will discuss the basic layout of the chapter through a mind map. See, the best way to revise or to keep the chapter, the main points of the chapter in your mind is make a mind map yourself. So if you will make it like this beta, then you will be able to understand the chapter very well and remember it from your board's point of view. This is chapter of grade 10 main book. His first flight. The first chapter. The name of the chapter is A Letter to God. So let's come to the characters of the chapter. The chapter revolves around, I think you can see it very well. The chapter revolves around Lencho. Lencho is the central protagonist. Protagonist means main lead character. So Lencho is a central protagonist. He is a very hardworking farmer. Rather, we can say, instead of saying this, we can say he is an impoverished peasant. Poor peasant. He and the other characters are the post office officials, the postmaster, who happens to be a very benevolent and compassionate man. Now let's come to this part, the theme of the chapter. When you are studying literature, remember you have to study every literary aspect. Characterization, theme-based questions are frequently coming in both, so we have to prepare for both only. So what is the theme of this particular chapter? Let's see here. The theme is the immense power in man's innocent faith in God. It teaches us that if man has childlike faith in God, he can accomplish anything impossible. So what kind of faith you should have? Faith as innocent as a child. Unconditional faith. So this chapter, the basic theme, if you talk about, are these values, based on these values. The values of hope, the values of faith, and the values of benevolence. We can also say compassion. What's the theme? Hope, faith, and benevolence. This character of Lencho. Now, what are the main points and some of the useful quotes? The main quote around which this chapter revolves is faith can move mountains. This is on the first page of your book itself. You will find faith can move mountains. What kind of faith? Innocent faith, childlike faith, unwavering faith can move mountains. God can calm the storms in your life, and for whom we should have this faith. Towards whom we should have this faith in the Almighty God, and that's why the name of the chapter is A Letter to God. Now, from where the letter comes, the name of the chapter also is important. Why it is named so, that also I'll be telling you. First, let's discuss the main points of the chapter. Lencho is a farmer and had a field of ripe corn. So remember these points this way. If you will prepare the chapter, you will never forget it. I can guarantee. Next, he needed a downpour to make his harvest good. So Lencho, where he stays, sometimes question comes on based on that also. He lives on the crest of a hill alone. Alright, at the peak of a hill, and from there he could see his corn field. He's having a field of corn, and obviously as a farmer, farmer's life depends on the vagaries of nature. So here comes rainfall. Rancho is eagerly waiting for his rainfall. But what happens when rain falls? Then things does not turn out as per the expectation. He was continuously looking at the northeast side because he was expecting that black clouds are coming and these are going to give a good harvest. However, what happened? The rain turned into hailstorm and destroyed his whole crops. He had nothing to eat. So he decided to seek help from someone who helps everyone. And who is that, dear children? That's God. So he wrote a letter, and a surprising thing happens. He picks up a pen and paper and writes a letter to God. But where will you write? What should be the address? We don't know where God resides. So he just wrote to God and posted the letter. The post office employees, when they saw the letter, then they made fun of him. But the post first reaction was this. Then, if you remember, I talked about characters. Character of a postmaster. He is caring and benevolent man. So remember, beta, this character, when he saw the staunch faith of Lenchu in God, then he decided that such faith should not be broken. So we can say that if you talk about his character is of a compassionate man. Right? He wrote a letter to us. So the postmaster thought that let me keep the faith of this man, and he took the help from all his members, and Lencho had asked for 100 pesos. Pesos is a currency. Okay, but he could collect only 700 pesos. So he kept that only and posted the letter. And it's a very important question that why the postmaster did so. He did so because he didn't want to destroy the unwavering faith of Lencho. Got it? Okay. So the postmaster along with the employees collected 70 pesos from his own effort. But when Lencho received it, he was expecting a sense of gratitude. We all expect this to happen. But things does not turn out to be this way again. And Lencho was rather angry because he had no doubt that the money, those 70 pesos, was sent by human being. He completely expected that these 70 pesos are sent by God. So that's why Lencho was very angry. He wrote another letter to God in the end of the chapter, by the end of the chapter, demanding the rest of the money. And he also requested to send the money through another means because what he believed that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks. So in literature there is something called keywords. Keywords means the main words around which conveys the basic theme of the chapter. So let's come to the keywords of this chapter now. We'll go to the chapter. We can easily download it through internet. NCERT all texts are available. If not, but you have to purchase it. That would be better. For now, I told you, faith can move mountains is a very important thing. Now let's come to the third page, fourth page. Third page just talks about Lencho's house and his locations, but the literary aspects are more in the fourth page. So in the fourth page of this book, you will find that the northeast huge mountains of cloud were approaching, and this is a very key metaphor of this chapter. Now comes a question that what is metaphor? See, metaphor is similar to simile. Simile makes a comparison between two things using like or as, whereas metaphor makes a comparison without like or as. And this chapter is rich in metaphor as well as simile. So let's see. These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. So in a way, Lencho is comparing these new raindrops to the new coins. The big drops are 10 cents. Questions are asked based on this. Remember, big drops 10 cents. The little drops 5 cents. So comparison is drawn between coins and raindrop without using like or as. So it's a metaphor. Then let's scroll down. Here you come. Draped in a curtain of rain. Okay, this is again a metaphor. A curtain of rain. The downpour, the heavy downpour of the rain is compared to a curtain. So again it's a metaphor without like or as. Okay, let's proceed. But then you remember now, hailstone fell and these frozen pearls. What are these frozen pearls? The hailstones are compared to frozen pearls without using glyphosate. Again a metaphor here. Now come to here. This is very important. A plague of locusts. Locust means a big swarm. Swarm is a collective noun for locusts. They destroy. Now when they come, they destroy a field like a plague. Plague is a disease. So comparison is drawn without using like or as. This plague of locusts is a very important phrase. Why? Because it has been taken from Bible. It is there in the Holy Bible as well. Alright? Then there are some more literary devices which are quite important, like here. Lencho was an ox of a man. So what comparison is made? Lencho was like a ox, as strong and determined, like an ox. Then another line, see. So this is a metaphor. Now come to the walking like an animal. So kids, is it a metaphor? No, not at all. See, like is used beta. So if like is used, that means it's not a metaphor. Right? Rather, it is a simile in the fields. Okay. Likewise, there are some more. We will be dealing with it later on. Okay. The video is going too long. So, thank you. We will come again with another such lovely videos. Do like, subscribe and share.